Another thing at the Zurich, we had a little Rory and Shane finish tied for 12th, I believe. Just nice to see the two of them out there. I know they didn't win, but Rory legitimately looks like the happiest human being I've ever seen when he showed up for their co-presser on Wednesday. He's just all smiles. He's like bubbly. It is like he had the entire universe removed from his shoulders. He's talking about how he went back and visited their parents, and their parents are moving, and how they're, everything's been great. So many people have reached out, a couple presidents reached out, and then he showed up, and him and Shane had a solid showing again, tied for 12th. Team event, I would say, like them winning last year. You would expect maybe they're going to go, but team event, anything can kind of happen. It's not just a Rory show, it's not just a Shane show, and yeah, it was nice to see Rory out there. I'm starting to get on the belief train that Rory is going to win at Quail Hollow by like 8 shots. I'm starting to really feel that right now in my loins. He's done that multiple times before. He's won, I believe, the first US Open he won in 2011. I think he won by 8, and then next year when he won at Kiowa, the PGA, he won by 8. So this guy is just capable of doing that. And like I said, he was bopping around New Orleans, not a care in the world. I don't even know if he wanted to win. He was like, oh, it's way better for these Ben Griffin guys. Well, they should win this tournament. That's fine. He's having dinners. He's hanging with Shane. So it was nice to see Rory. And I just, I'm happy to see him doing so well, gentlemen.
I think now that he's playing with a little bit of house money, he might get real dangerous. He's got that big monkey off his back. And like, don't forget, we talked about it before, but don't forget like how stressful this whole golf world has been for him, being PGA Tour's poster child through this whole disruption merger. That's like a lot of stress on a kid. And obviously put a lot of stress on him and his family, and then you throw the major drought on top of that. He was feeling Toronto Maple Leaf type pressure with, he doesn't have 19 other teammates to share the burden with. He was doing it all by himself, and I was really happy to see him finally do it. And he kept it interesting. He made it interesting, obviously, but when the chips were down, he made the one he needed to make. He hit the shots he needed to hit, and he got it done. So look out for him, I think, moving forward. I think you're right about the Quail Hollow prediction, and who knows beyond that. We might be seeing a little Rory run coming here.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens because it could go either way. And I've been on that since he won the Masters, where it's like it's not like he's taking the foot off the gas, but there might be something in that brain that it is a little bit of foot off the gas. Was this run over the last 10 years of winning tour, winning FedEx Cups and winning a ton of tournaments and being at the top of the money list every year, like was that a product of grinding to get back to the top, to doing everything you could to win a major again, right? Like day in and day out, hitting golf shots. We always say he did that one story where he was hitting shots into a simulator with the simulator turned off, so he could just feel where the ball was going. Like, is that in the pursuit of getting back to where you wanted to get? Now I get like you're there, you win it, monkey off the back, gorilla off the back. I know that there's a newfound fire that's burning where it's like I can be the best of my generation. I can be one of the best of all time. I can win multiple majors now. I know what it takes. Like this is, but there's just something in there, that devil's advocate side of me that's like, is that foot off the gas just a little bit now?
It's a good point.
Yeah, it is. There is a championship hangover thing, but I think a lot of team sports, the championship is the end of the season, and then you go through a whole summer and you celebrate, I think he's kind of on his 2-week sort of like, I'm just going to love my life tour. And then he's going to probably turn around and start to get focused for this. It's interesting in golf because they can, he's got another one in a couple of weeks. So he's kind of still got that feel. He doesn't have to wait for 3 months to get back at it and go through a whole season. So maybe he has the confidence, or maybe you're right. Maybe he's just like takes a deep breath and then he goes back home for a little while. I just like tries to have fun at the PGA and it works out or it doesn't. He could play well, he could play horrible, but I think it's going to get him gone.
Yeah, it's an excellent point because, when Tiger won the Masters in 2019, I remember we were like, Bethpage, he's won the US Open there. Pebble, he's won the US Open there. This guy's going to go on a tear. And then he like missed the cut at a couple of them, just wasn't great. Now, Tiger was obviously older. Obviously, everything that went into his body to perform is quite different. But Clutter, like you were talking about at the beginning of the show, just like the effort that it took for you to play hockey at the highest level, play in the NHL, I imagine as you got older and older, that became like crazy more work every day to like get your body in shape to play.
Just mentally, like physically, whatever. I'd be really lying if I said I did anything extra. Like, I was never an extra guy anyways. I was always just kind of like, I'm gonna show up, have my coffee, and sit here with my gear on, and then wait for the bus to go. But mentally, just having to like go to that place in your brain like that many times, and then the amount of years kind of stack up, and then your life changes and gets more complicated behind the scenes. So the more balls you start juggling, the more consistently tiring it gets, and you really have to remind yourself to go out there sometimes just for the fun of it, for the joy. It's like you do go through these spurts where it's really wearing on you. You're like, I don't know if I keep doing this, and then you wake up one morning, you're like, hey man, I'm still playing the NHL. Let's go and have fun tonight. And that's the game where you throw a big hit, you get 1-1, and then you're hooting and hollering with the boys after, and you're like, all right, this is why I do this. I'm back at it. Let's go. So you need those moments every once in a while where you can just remind yourself why and why you're there and what you're looking to do. But yeah, man, it's not easy. It's tiring, and when you're a solo athlete, it's not like you can take a game off or just be like, I don't have it tonight. Like, I'm just gonna try to hide, which um you can do in team sports. I'm not saying I really ever thought about it that way, but you can. Some guys just don't. They're like, I don't have it tonight, and you can see it in them, but not when you're out there by yourself with a golf ball. It doesn't move until you make it move. So
Yeah, I mean, I want to be on the side that I think he's going to get motivated to go on a generational run of golf here. Like let's see what Rory can do. It's untapped potential. Let's go. Like, there's nothing holding him back now. Just run for the hills with as many majors and events that you can win. But yeah, it's just I'm more saying like something subconsciously that just happens. That pursuit is over. Now it's a new pursuit. It's a new board, a vision board now. He always had just the Masters up there, or even just any major. 11 years. There was that vision board that that's the only thing he cared about. Everything else in his life was done, dude. The guy's going to be like a billionaire. Nothing else mattered. And now it's like, I got it. I'm crying. I'm weeping on the grounds of Augusta. It's like, is that fire still? Is like, does he care about getting six that much? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think he does. I don't want anyone to see this and be like, you're a fucking idiot. Of course he wants to win. I'm just saying that fire that burns inside you got to throw more coals on it now.